We saw 30 patients. It was a makeshift clinic just on the curbside. We pulled off to a corner in that area of the city and set up some tarps and a chair. I was sitting on a brick, and we just started seeing whoever came. Within 5 or 10 minutes, the whole area was inundated with people. A lot of mothers bringing in their children to try to address issues that they had concerns with. We saw a lot of infectious illnesses. In contrast to the situation in Del Mas, where we were seeing mostly wound infections and wound complications, in Cité Soleil we only saw one wound complication, and really it was just to clean around the pins that were stabilizing this young man's leg. The medical situation in general is shifting from taking care of acute traumatic injuries and infections related to that and complications related to that, to taking care of the more insidious conditions that are related to poor sanitation and lack of access to clean water and poor nutrition. In Cité Soleil in particular, the type of things are needed are people most specifically with expertise in tropical infectious diseases. That was overwhelmingly the situation in the area. You know, anyone that has any experience in dealing with, you know, diarrheal ailments, in dealing with issues of cough, in dealing with issues of you know, skin infections and various rashes and other things, I think is what's most needed. And probably about 80% of the patients we saw were under 6 years old. We did see some adults. We again saw a gentleman that we thought probably had pulmonary tuberculosis, who we had to refer out to an infectious disease specialist. We saw one pregnant woman who we were able to give some prenatal vitamins to. So I feel like we did good work, but I also was very frustrated. It left me wondering why, you know, this particular area seemed to be invisible to the international community, despite the fact that it was still in close proximity to the Port-au-Prince city center and the international airport. We took about 2 crates of medication from the house in Del Mas out there to Cité Soleil to try to address the issues, but we only had 2 or 3 different types of antibiotics. We did not have any of our medication for intestinal worms, and so what we ended up doing a lot was just recording the names and ailments of individuals with the intent to come back later and distribute the medication as needed. These people are going to need rehabilitation. They're going to need to be trained again in how to go about their daily activities of life and how to function given their impairments at this point. And it's going to be critical in not only getting the productivity of individuals back on track, but in getting the productivity of the nation back on track.